If you are somebody who downplays what you're good at and what you do, stick around because you are going to want to hear what I have to say in this episode. So you are scrolling LinkedIn, you're seeing other OBMs, VAs, service providers, whoever talk about what they do. Like if you're an OBM, you see them talking about their systems and team management, and you're thinking like, yeah, I could do that, right? But that's not really what lights me up. And then you push that thought away because you're like, well, that's what an OBM is supposed to do, right? Like that's what I'm supposed to do. Or maybe you're calling yourself a project manager, even though what you are really doing, the thing that really makes you lose track of time is the strategy. It's the planning. It's the seeing what your clients and these other people cannot see. Like that part is the part that you're amazing at. So if you've ever felt like you're hiding your real expertise because it doesn't fit into this neat little box, stay tuned. And welcome again to Soulpreneur Scaling Stories. I am Andrea. I help VAs, OBMs, service pros go from overwhelmed generalists to confident specialists with offers that actually excite them. And today we're going to talk about why you keep talking yourself out of your zone of genius, what I like to call your unique magic, and what to do about it. So I see this a lot, right? And a lot lately, I've seen this inside of Expansion, my one-on-one coaching program. This is my signature offer where we build out your offers and your positioning and how you talk about yourself and your marketing and all that good stuff. So one of my clients, she came to me and said something like, I think I need to offer project management because that's what people hire for. And so I said, okay, what part of project management do you actually love? And she says, well, I really love the planning. Like I love taking their messy vision and turning it into this clear roadmap for them. I really get excited and, I'm really good at doing that. When somebody has so many ideas and they haven't finished half of their projects and things like that, I'm really good at pulling that apart and helping them to get these things done. And I love it. But then when it comes to actually like doing implementation or Asana or managing the daily check-ins, it doesn't feel the same. It's not something that I really, really want to do. And then she's like, well, I feel like I should do it, right? Because if I'm a real project manager, if I'm calling myself that, shouldn't I do everything? And my answer was no, you shouldn't do all of those things. So here is the thing, is that she was trying to fit herself into this label, this industry label that is not really for her. It's not really what she wants to be doing. But she's really like molding herself into, would kind of like fit into this thing. So let's break that down a little bit. So first off is you are confusing the zone of genius you have, this like amazing things with just something. So, I've heard so many times people say things like, oh, I'm just good at planning. Oh yeah, I just see the big picture. I just ask questions that help them and get clear. And they, that's just around project management, things like that. And this happens with so many things. Oh yeah, I just do this. I'm like, no big deal, right? And I'm like, you just do this? And I really need you to understand, who's listening or watching this, to understand that the thing that you are downplaying, the thing that you are saying, I just do this, is probably the most valuable skill that you have. It's what your clients rave about. It's what makes them say things like, oh my God, talking to you or, working with you has been the best part of my business. It's amazing, right? One of my clients had a client tell her that she felt like, in this example, that she was a snow globe coming to rest. Like, that's so beautiful. That's such a beautiful metaphor, one, and how relieving that is for this person. And the thing is that that's not just anything. That's my client's magic. That's her unique magic. And it's the same with you and whatever you are doing in your business that you're so good at, but you're downplaying it because it comes easily to you. And this happens with everybody, right? You think, well, if it's easy for me, it must be easy for everybody. So it must not be that valuable. Or you don't even know what it is because it is just easy for you. But this is so, so, so wrong. Your natural talent, that thing that feels completely effortless to you, is exactly what people pay premium prices for because it's not effortless for them. They're drowning in that thing, and you're the one who so easily, right? Brings clarity, who so easily helps them get out of it. And you think it's no big deal, but for them, it changes everything for them in their business. So that's the first thing. Don't downplay your zone of genius. Second thing is that you're trying to fit into industry expectations instead of owning your unique approach. So if I asked you, right, like, where did you learn what an OBM or project manager or VA is quote unquote supposed to do? Probably from either a course of somebody promoting, say, hey, get, like, this is what you're supposed to do, from job descriptions, from other people doing this thing, from Facebook groups, whatever, random places. And then because you're seeing it out there, maybe you think like, and then you see other people who are quote unquote successful, they're saying that they make this money, they're saying, whatever, they have these clients, like you see them kind of being boastful about what they do. And you're thinking like, oh, like, okay, I can do that. That looks successful. And so I need to do what they're doing. And that's like, okay, right? Like the analogy that comes to mind, it's like being a chef who's amazing at creating recipes, but then you're also forcing yourself to be the line cook, the dishwasher, the server, the pastry chef, right? Because a restaurant needs all of these things. No, but you're the chef. You're the person who creates the vision. And, in this example, right? Someone else can execute it. Or maybe you're the pastry chef. Maybe you're super creative, but you're not like, it doesn't really like, yeah, you can cook other stuff, regular food, not dessert food, but it doesn't light you up. It doesn't excite you. And it's not as good as your pastries. It's not as creative. Or maybe you're the manager of the restaurant and you love making the schedules and hiring people and things like that. But ask you to wash a dish, like it's not going to come out clean, or it comes out okay, but it's not the thing. And I could go on and on, right? You see where this is going. But this is what happens in your business. If you are brilliant at strategy, at planning, at seeing the path forward, that's your role. If you're brilliant at systems, at breaking those down, that's what you should be doing. If you're brilliant at the implementation and you are not into strategy, then you should be doing that piece. Just because industry says, oh, this is what that role is, does not mean that you have to do all of those things. You will be, I argue, that you will be more successful if you actually ignore that and just focus on the thing that you love and the thing that you are amazing at and forget the rest of it. Third, you are afraid if you specialize, then you'll lose opportunities. I completely get this, right? It feels really scary. It feels like you're shrinking your world and you're like, okay, I'm struggling to get like general clients. If I niche down, if I specialize in something, the idea of getting more specific feels really terrifying. You think, well, if I say I only do this one piece, then that'll turn people off who want this whole thing. Yeah, yes, it will. And that's the exact point. Because if you're somebody who does all the things, you're attracting people who want all the things, the strategy, the implementation, every single piece of it. And then in turn, that means for you that you're doing work that you hate. And I am sure if you're listening to this, that there are things that you do that you really, really dislike doing them and things that you're not that amazing at, right? But you're doing them anyways, things that you've procrastinated, but you're doing them anyways. And then what happens if you continue down this road? Ask me how I know. I have been there. You will become burnt out and resentful of your business. And then maybe you might even think like, oh, maybe I'm not just cut out for this. Maybe I should go back to a regular job. But that's not the case. The case is that you're just not doing the thing you're supposed to be doing, the thing you were born for. When you own this zone of genius, this unique magic, and you focus and tell people and market that, then you attract clients who specifically want what you're brilliant at. And the fun part is that you get to be in charge more, right? You get to be proactive in your business. You get to make the rules instead of reactive to their business. You get premium clients. You get to charge more. And all of this is because you're not just somebody who does all the things, right? You're really doing a specialized thing that you really love. And I know you've heard the saying, the riches are in the niches. I don't know how you say niches, if it's niches, I don't know. I like niches, but that doesn't rhyme. So I know you have heard the riches are in the niches. And you've heard it so much because it's true. It is true. When you are everything to everyone, you are nobody's first choice. You blend in with all the people who say, oh, let me work on the back end of your business. I will save you time. That's not really compelling, right? But when you get to own your specific magic and the thing that you are so excited about and you love doing, you become the only choice for these right people and you attract them so much easier. Your marketing becomes easier, messaging, how you talk about everything you do becomes easier. Clients can refer you more easily. Everything gets easier in your business. So now let's do a little quick exercise and pause if you need to, come back to this because I have some questions for you. So think about the last time that you did work that made you completely lose track of time, and not because you were panicking, but because you were in it. You were excited. You're like, oh, I could do this all day. I love this. What was it that you were doing? What was this work that you're like, oh, this is so fun. I would love to do this all day long. Were you maybe mapping out a launch plan? Maybe you were breaking down somebody's big vision into phases. Maybe you were figuring out the solution to a problem that they couldn't see. Maybe you were teaching somebody your process. Maybe you were doing email organization. Maybe you were creating graphics. Maybe you were creating systems and figuring out what's broken. Anything like that. Now ask yourself, am I owning this as something that I am amazing at? My zone of genius, my unique magic, or am I calling it just something and kind of thinking oh, anybody can do this. It's not really that cool. It's not that important. If you are in the second category, this using the word just, quote unquote, you are talking yourself out of your zone of genius, out of your unique magic. And why do I care? Why should you care? Why is this important? It matters because your clients hire you for the things that you do that you're amazing at that then transform their businesses. So if you are just planning is what helps them finally see the path forward, that's not just anything. That's your thing. And you need to own that. You need to give yourself permission to fully embody that you are amazing at this thing and that this is what you do, and tell people that. So let me give you a real example from inside of Expansion. So this client, I'll call her Maya, she came to me calling herself a project manager. I said she's been doing this work for about a year, making okay money, but feeling exhausted. When we dug in, and, as you heard earlier, said, I love this planning part. I love taking somebody's messy ideas and turning them into a clear roadmap. But then they want me to build it out, manage the team, do daily check-ins. And I just that part just makes me want to shrink back. And so I haven't really been promoting it or talking about it that much because I'm not excited about it. And so I asked her, what if we just did the planning part? What if that was your offer? And honestly, she was looked at me that's not possible. I wrote a second ahead. She's like, no, that's not full service, right? That's just planning. Just. I'm going to take that word out of everybody's vocabulary, just. So now we talked about it, and now we're repositioning her as a strategic planner, not a project manager, not an OBM. She's a strategic planner who helps creative entrepreneurs turn their scattered vision into a clear, doable roadmap. We have it, we say it better than that, but I won't spoil it. I won't share it because that's her thing. But that's it, right? This is her thing. And now she's currently updating her messaging, reaching out to potential clients, and really excited about this. And, we don't have, obviously she's just doing this, so I don't have the results yet because she's just implementing this. But I can already tell you that she is more excited about her business than she has been in months, because now she's finally owning what she's really good at instead of trying to be something that she's not. And the other thing that happens when you then share and talk about, and kind of create offers around your unique magic, your zone of genius, is that you love it. And so you're excited about it. And that magnetism comes through when you're talking to people about it. And that automatically attracts people. And so much more so than you sharing about things and offering things that you're not that excited about. People can feel your energy 100%. So with that, here is what I invite you to take away from this episode. One is, stop calling your natural talent just something. It is not. It is your zone of genius. It is what your ideal clients are looking for. Number two, you do not have to fit yourself into generic industry labels. You get to create your own positioning based on what you are brilliant at and own that. And number 3, specializing in something does not limit you. It positions you as the expert. Experts get paid more, they work with better clients, and they actually enjoy their work. And that thing that you are downplaying right now might be the exact thing that transforms somebody else's entire business. So stop hiding it, stop calling it just something, and own it. So if you are listening to this and thinking, oh my God, I have been doing this, I've been talking myself out of my zone of genius, I see you. And if you want help figuring out what your zone of genius, your unique magic actually is and how to package it up into an offer that excites you and that you're so excited about, and that's going to make your business and life so much easier and flow so much better, this is exactly what we do inside of Expansion. It's my 4-month coaching program, one-on-one. We get crystal clear on your unique magic. We package it up into offers that feel so aligned, and we build the messaging and the confidence to talk about it, and a marketing system, which is really cool. And we don't do cookie cutter anything. We build your business around who you actually are, not who you think you're supposed to be. So if you're ready to stop hiding your real expertise and start owning it, reach out to me, connect with me. All my links are below, and let's chat about whether Expansion is right for you. And before you go, I want to leave you with this. The thing that you are calling just something might be the exact transformation that your ideal client is desperately looking for. So stop downplaying it, own it. That is where your best clients are waiting. And thank you so much for being here. If this resonated, send it to another service provider who needs this reminder, and I will catch you in the next episode.